So I'm Dan Smith, and I came to Sebastopol actually in 1967. I bought a little property here in 1970, built my own home, and my wife and I have lived here ever since. I've had 3 different businesses here in town. Currently have French Garden Restaurant, which you're in, and before that I had a software business, and before that I had a construction business. So I've had businesses here in about 5 or 6 different locations in town over the years, and I love it here. It's a great place. It's beautiful weather, countryside's beautiful here, and the people are very diverse and eclectic, which is one of the best things about the area in my view. Makes having a business here challenging sometimes, but it makes it a lot of fun. I often describe the area as being the left county. It's as far left and as far west as you can get without getting in the ocean. It's still a small town in a lot of ways, but there's a lot of great cultural things that go on here, and there's just a lot to do here. And we've seen a lot of growth in the wine industry here in Sonoma County, and especially now we're seeing more wineries built in this area. So we're getting a lot of people from outside the area coming in and starting businesses and enjoying the ambiance in the area. The climate here is ideal. What we do, we grow most of all of our own produce for the restaurant on our farm. We've got a 30-acre farm that my wife and I bought 30 years ago. And I'm the farmer, so I have a whole lot of old tractors that I use, and we grow fruit and berries and all kinds of different vegetables and produce. So it's an area where you can get food that you wouldn't find outside of Europe, really. We have Laguna Farms, which is Scott Matheson's business here. He's been very successful doing CSA for quite a while. A lot of really interesting things happening here. It's very diverse. The people that we see are looking for something more authentic than they would find elsewhere. And I think that's what we have to offer, really. Instead of the glitz, if you will, of the Napa Valley wine industry, our local wineries tend to be a little more low-key, a little more personal, family-owned and operated, and a lot more friendly, a lot more personal. We don't have big box stores here. The businesses in town tend to be very personal in nature, and people belong to the Rotaries and work together to do charitable things. I think one of the great things about this community is it's a very activist community, and there's a lot of community work that goes on here on a lot of different levels. Joan, my wife, who just walked in the door, and I, we're very active. I'm on the hospital board. I've spent a lot of time in the last 3 years working to restore the hospital's business to make it sustainable. But we're joined by a lot of people in that. There are a whole lot of people that are working as volunteers, putting in lots and lots of time and energy for organizations like our local hospital. And we see a lot of that in the community. I like the eclectic nature of the people that live here. I think that there's always something really interesting going on. And there's always somebody with a new idea, with a new perspective on problems. And people don't tend to stand on the sidelines. They tend to get involved in things. And I think that's really great. I think one of the things that you see when you have communities whose main businesses are impersonal corporate businesses is that people don't tend to get involved. I mean, you take Mark Sell and his partner Jack, who own the hardware store. I I mean, they've been very supportive of all kinds of community things, whether it's Little League or it's the healthcare system. These people really take an active role, and you don't see that in other communities, I think, where the businesses tend to be corporate owned. I think we have opportunities here that we wouldn't have in other communities because people do care a lot about where they live here. And, you know, people who come here to live tend to stay here. It's just so damn nice. Why would you leave, you know? Why would you go anywhere else?